Hi, it's me, Wendy. I wanted to touch base with you because I'm in a few narcissistic groups that are on Facebook. And sadly, in going through a lot of them, I recognize there's a lot of narcissists in them. So I think it's really, really important that we all talk about what narcissism is and how to address it. So let's try, shall we? There are two kinds of narcissist, okay? And I say two kinds of narcissists. Bear with me, I'll explain that. Because there is a narcissist in that there are people that like to take selfies, that take very great, almost inordinate pride in their appearance. For all intents purposes, I am not speaking about those people. I have some that are my friends, and they are wonderful people. They're very caring and very attentive to the people in their lives. This is not about them, okay? What I will be speaking on is narcissistic personality disorder. Now, I want you to understand this, okay? I am not diagnosing anybody, but there are certain characteristics of these people that become very evident over time. I can pretty much recognize one within a few meetings. Sometimes I can recognize it off the bat. Sometimes I don't recognize it until it's too late and I've been hurt. Most recently, that has happened. And it was a friend, and I feel really bad for her. I really do. A lot of these people do not get diagnosed. When they are diagnosed, they tend to run away and think the doctor's a quack, don't agree with them, and don't want to do the work to get better. Easily put, everybody else is the problem, and they are fine. Those are the people that I am speaking about. Now, let's get into the crux to this, because I think a lot of people are confused about certain terminology when you are talking about a narcissist. And it could help you in the long run to identify narcissists in your midst. Okay? Now, I'm going to be reading from a paper, so please bear with me because I have to keep my notes. I have 2 teenagers. Word salad. Now, a lot of people are aware of what word salad means. When you get a salad, it's a mixture of a bunch of different things, and it comes together, makes a salad, right? Word salad is much the same, okay? Have you ever had a conversation with a person and you start to make your point with them, and then all of a sudden they come out with this almost diatribe of things, and you're just sitting there confused, and you realize they're not quite making very much sense. It goes, kind of roundabout, doesn't really go anywhere, doesn't really mean anything, and you're left really kind of struggling with, what? Okay, that is a word salad. Okay, it's designed to confuse you. It's designed to knock you off your point. And to somebody who is not aware of what's happening to them, it can do just that. The best thing you can do in that situation is to redirect them back to the point and say, no, this is what we were talking about, so let's stick to this. My best advice beyond that is just shake your head and walk away and just give up the fight. You don't have to be right. Honestly, you don't. You already won the fight if they're going to word salad. Trust me on this. Okay, so now the second terms. Okay, there's passive aggressive. Now, we've all heard about passive aggressive. Okay, have you ever been in a circumstance where somebody gives you, a compliment, but then you sit there and you start to think about it and say, wait a minute, was that a compliment? Because I could also take it as a put down. That's passive aggressive. Okay? It's again designed to kind of keep you off your guard. If you point out the bad thing, they say, no, 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 that's not what I meant. It's kind of a double-edged sword, right? All right, let's see. Let me give you some examples here. Oh, he is a great dad, but he doesn't come with me to meetings about the kids. Or she's a very attentive girlfriend, but she spends a lot of time with her friends. So, I mean, they're saying something good, but then they're countering it with something kind of, well, how is she attentive if she's always spending it with friends? And how is he a great dad if he doesn't attend meetings that pertain to his children, right? That's what I mean. Okay, devaluing. When somebody devalues you, they make you worthless, okay? This is outright abuse, okay? It's outright abuse. So when you're in an argument with somebody and they're telling you you're an asshole, or, you know, you don't even clean up right, or you don't cook good, or you don't even, you know, whatever. They're devaluing you. They're taking away your worth. You're not that smart. I'm smarter than you. Oh, so-and-so agrees with me. I like to meet so-and-so. Let's see, like here's something. He needs me to tell him what to do and how to do it, or he won't do it right. I've heard that before. Another term, gray rock. When somebody goes gray rock, it means exactly that. You're a rock. You have no feelings. You have no expression on your face. You're not fighting back, but you're not fighting, period. You give one-word answers. You stick to the crux of the conversation. If you're co-parenting with somebody and you get a 2-page long, who's he, what, decipher what is trying to be asked about the child. If nothing's being asked, don't answer. If they're asking for something, figure out what they're asking for and give them the shortest response possible. Stick to facts. No feeling, nothing else. You just go gray rock. That's exactly what it means. Okay? Narcissistic rage. I've been on the receiving end of narcissistic rage a few times. One time it was taken out on my tires. Remember that? And yeah, I'm speaking to someone. Narcissistic rage happens when you point out their flaws. If you say, you point out, see, narcissists, they see themselves as perfect. So narcissistic rage happens when you say things like, remember when you lost your temper and slapped your toddler across the face? Boom! Remember when I asked you about our son's medical and educational information that's contained in the court order? You're supposed to give it to me? And you sent me 2 pages of how shitty a parent I was? Boom! Narcissistic rage. Now listen, I need to warn you. Narcissistic rage can be dangerous, so please be careful. Not all abusers are narcissists, but all narcissists are abusers. They are. And it can go from 0 to 60 really fast. If you are in a physically dangerous situation, if your abuser has hit you before, get out. Get help. Please don't stay because it only gets worse. Love bombing, also known as hoovering. This is what they do to get you into their circle. They will pretend to be something they're not. They will make themselves seem like the best person in the world. Okay? And if you are in a narcissistic relationship and you are thinking of leaving, they may sense that and they may try to hoover you back in. Hoovering, like the vacuum, they try to suck you in. That's the same thing as love bombing. Okay? Now, say you've divorced or you're in the process of divorcing. Suddenly they realize, oh my God, this is expensive, or oh my God, I'm losing people. People are not looking at me the same, or maybe they lost their new supply. They're going to try and get you back in because they need somebody to supply them. If you have children, unfortunately, they can be the supply. And it may not go well for you. But just be there for your kids. Just listen. Never devalue the other parent. Never say anything negative about the other parent. You may be feeling it, but save that for your therapist or a close confidant or your attorney. Okay, so that's love bombing and hoovering. Now, let's go to no contact. No contact means just what it is. If you don't have to communicate with this person, you don't have children, you have no reason to be in contact, go no contact. Do not accept their calls. Do not accept their emails. Do not accept their texts. Block them off of Facebook. Block them off of everything. Don't go stalking them. You will not be happy when you stalk them because they will seem like they're in the best time of their lives. Go no contact. If you can't go no contact, then you set boundaries. Go through a parenting plan. Like Our Family Wizard is perfect. It limits that communication. It cuts off after a certain amount of communication. It will tell them if they're being argumentative, and it can be followed by courts, lawyers, and is admissible in court. It also limits the communication. They have calendars and everything else. Okay? If you can't do that, then limit them just to email. Everything is admissible in email. Do not lose any communications. If any communications are sent to you via email or text, then honey, keep it because it may come up in court. Print it out. Keep a nice binder with some nice little tabs in there so you can quickly go to it when you go into court. Flying monkeys. This is also called enablers. If a narcissist is enabled, they get excuses made for them and their behavior. Flying monkeys are those people that are going to contact you on behalf of this narcissist, and they're going to try and suck you back in. They believe what the narcissist is saying about you. Cut them off too. Now, this could be a parent, it could be a child, it could be a sister, it could be a relative of some kind, it could be a friend. If they're not with you, cut them off. You don't need to be subjected to that. You might as well mourn the whole bunch of them than to get sucked in like this. Okay? Projection. Oh, projection. Projection is good. Projection is you're guilty of what they do. I've had some tell me, I got this communication. I read one of the communications from someone. I'm not the liar. You're the liar. And then everything you check with them and fact check, you find out they're the liar. Well, this is working to one of my clients' advantages in court, where I told them you have to fact check everything that's being said. If you have communications that say opposite, you bring it up. And this person portrayed themselves as being financially responsible, and it turned out they weren't. Bring it up. Bring it up. You can't claim that you're living in poverty if you're living way beyond your means. Bring it up. Pointing out the inconsistencies in court works a hell of a lot better than saying that person's a narcissist. You don't have that ability to say. So let them say it. And if you've got any communications where they've called you the narcissist, bring it up. Smear campaign. if you don't do what the narcissist wants, if they don't get their way, they start talking bad about you to everybody. Now, I've had that done to me. It's gotten to the point where I had to write to some legal professionals, we'll say, it's been a couple of them for the same person, and tell them, if this does not stop, I will be looking to sue for defamation of character. This person went around and spoke about me to others and tried to devalue me without ever knowing who I was or who I knew. And a couple of the people that they went out there in the community and shot their mouth off to while getting nails done came back to me and told me, because they knew exactly who she was and they knew who she was talking about. So keep everything, including your witnesses. I got a list. Let's see. All right, well, that should be about it. I think I covered most of it. I may have missed a few here or there, but then I can do a later video. Now, if you got a co-parent with a narcissist, check out my next video. It will be very good for you to do. Until then, please stay safe, set those boundaries, and don't let them pass at all. Stay in love and respect, especially for yourself. You can't let somebody hurt you unless you allow it. Don't let them hurt you. And if they keep on coming back and hurting you, you need to start looking about what you need to do to stop it. Many people have committed suicide because they were subjected to a narcissist. Many of us have come close. Don't let that happen, because you are special, important, and you are loved. You are worth this. Take care.